Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. In this video we are going to practice using Spanish question words. We also call these interrogative words. These are words that we use to ask questions. Interrogative is related to the word interrogate. If you interrogate someone, you ask them a lot of questions. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at all of the major interrogatives here in Spanish. We start off with que, which means what. ¿Quién means who. If you're talking about more than one person, it's quiénes. ¿Dónde? Where. Where to? ¿A dónde? ¿Cuándo? When. ¿Cada cuándo? How often. How much? ¿Cuánto? ¿Cuánta? Depending on the noun in which you use it with, if it's a masculine, grammatically masculine noun, you'll say cuánto, like el dinero, cuánto dinero, how much money. Medicine, la medicina, you might say cuánta medicina. Plural, cuántos, cuántas, meaning how many. Again, they agree with the masculine and feminine nouns. How is como. Which, cuál or cuáles. If it's something singular you're referring to, it'll be cuál, and plural would be cuáles. And then finally we have por qué. So let's go ahead and ask some questions here with each one, just to give you an example of how each one is used in a sentence or in a question. So que, we start off with que, which is what. So if you want to ask someone, what do you study, or what are you studying, and you're using usted as opposed to tú, what would the question be? What do you study? What are you studying? ¿Qué estudia usted? ¿Qué estudia usted? So the answer might be, estudio biología, I study biology. Estudio matemáticas, estudio radiología, I study radiology, etc. How about what do you eat, or what are you eating? Same question with the same subject, the usted. ¿Qué come usted? ¿Qué come usted? What do you eat? What are you eating? ¿Qué come usted? Let's go to the next one. ¿Quién? Who? We want to ask who speaks Spanish. ¿Quién habla español? ¿Quién habla español? Who speaks Spanish? Who is the doctor? Female doctor? How would you say, who is the doctor? Referring to a female doctor. ¿Quién es la doctora? ¿Quién es la doctora? Who is the doctor? ¿Quién es la doctora? Who are they? Now, in this case, we are referring to more than one person. So remember, ¿quién has to become plural. As an interrogative, it becomes plural. So who are they? ¿Quiénes son ellos? ¿Quiénes son ellos? Who are they? ¿Quiénes son ellos? Where is the patient? So remember the word for where. I didn't show it to you this time. Hopefully you know it. Where is the patient? A male patient. ¿Dónde está el paciente? ¿Dónde está el paciente? Where is the patient? ¿Dónde está el paciente? Where are the nurses going? Where are the nurses going? Now remember, where is donde, but where to, if the to is implied, even though it's not stated in the question, it's usually in the answer, it's a different word. Donde is where to is literally a donde, a donde. So where are the nurses going? ¿A dónde van los enfermeros? ¿A dónde van las enfermeras? ¿A dónde van los enfermeros? ¿A dónde van las enfermeras? Again, that a shows up in the answer. So if I say the nurses are going to the operating room, I would say las enfermeras van a, and it depends on which word you use. If you say la sala de operaciones, you could say las enfermeras van a la sala de operaciones. Or you could use the other word, quirófano. and that is masculine, el and the a and the el combined to al, so we say las enfermeras van al quirófano. Las enfermeras van al quirófano. When is the doctor coming? So when, do you remember when? Female doctor. ¿Cuándo viene la doctora? ¿Cuándo viene la doctora? When is the doctor coming? ¿Cuándo viene la doctora? How much time do you need? Usted. Time is el tiempo, so it's masculine singular. Remember, it has to agree. How much has to agree? ¿Cuánto? ¿Cuánto tiempo necesita? ¿Cuánto tiempo necesita? How much time do you need? ¿Cuánto tiempo necesita? Notice I'm not stating the usted. If it's unclear on the meaning of necesita, then use it. But if it's clear that you're addressing someone using usted and you're directing this question at that person, then you don't need it. ¿Cuánto tiempo necesita? How much milk do you drink? How much milk do you drink? So milk is leche. Remember, it's grammatically feminine, la leche. So how much has to agree? The question word has to agree. ¿Cuánta? ¿Cuánta leche bebe usted? ¿Cuánta leche bebe usted? ¿Cuánta leche bebe usted? How many books are there? Books, masculine plural, los libros. ¿Cuántos libros? ¿Cuántos libros hay? Remember the verb haber, meaning there is or there are. So how many books are there? ¿Cuántos libros hay? How many beds are there? This one's feminine, grammatically feminine, and plural. ¿Cuántas camas? ¿Cuántas camas hay? ¿Cuántas camas hay? How are you? Remember, how? Very simple. ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? How are you? ¿Cómo está usted? Which one do you prefer? Using usted. ¿Cuál? ¿Cuál prefiere usted? ¿Cuál prefiere usted? ¿Cuál prefiere usted? Which ones do you prefer? Which ones do you prefer? Remember the plural for which. ¿Cuáles prefiere usted? ¿Cuáles prefiere usted? ¿Cuáles prefiere usted? Why are you here? Why? Why are you here? You is ustedes in this case. ¿Por qué están aquí? ¿Por qué están aquí? ¿Por qué están aquí? Notice I've chosen to omit the ustedes, but if I were to use it in the question, then the question would be, ¿por qué están ustedes aquí? ¿Por qué están ustedes aquí? Okay, so now I'd just like to give you a little demonstration of what you can do at this point. If you know how to conjugate regular AR, ER, IR verbs, you've watched those videos already. If you haven't, go back to my channel homepage and you'll find them. And if you know all of the interrogatives, well, you're ready to ask questions in Spanish, no problem. So for example, let's start off here at the top. Well, we'll just randomly pick a few. What are you studying? ¿Qué estudia usted? Or ¿qué estudias tú? What do you eat? ¿Qué come usted? What are you reading? ¿Qué lee usted? What do you have? Tener. ¿Qué tiene usted? Let's go over here to ¿quién? I want to ask the question, who studies Spanish? ¿Quién estudia español? Who works here? ¿Quién trabaja aquí? Or maybe I can make it plural. referring to more than one person. ¿Quiénes trabajan aquí? Who works here? ¿Dónde estudia usted? Where do you study? ¿Dónde lee usted? Where do you read? ¿Dónde está usted? Where are you? ¿A dónde? ¿A dónde goes usually with ir? ¿A dónde va usted? ¿A dónde va él? Where does he go? ¿A dónde vamos? Where are we going? ¿A dónde van ellos? So just a short demonstration of if you know all of these question words and you know how to conjugate verbs, you know their meanings, you can start asking just about any question in Spanish. So be sure to memorize all of these question words and then you're ready to go with questions. Okay, well, thanks everyone. You're doing a great job in class. I appreciate all your hard work, and I hope you're getting excited about how your ability to communicate in Spanish is really just growing by leaps and bounds. So once you get past the conjugating verbs in the present tense and you get all of these basics down, then your ability to communicate really just starts to grow, and it takes off from here and just gets better and better. So keep up the great work. That's it for this video. Hasta luego.